So you had a scholarship, and then let's understand that a lot of people apply to a school, even though they have a scholarship, their school required them to submit a bank statement. Did your school ask you for a financial statement?
Nope, they did not. It was full funding.
Okay. And then did you have to write GRE or GMAT to apply?
No, my school had already waived it off by the time I applied, so I did not have to.
How about application fee? How much did you pay in terms of application fee?
I paid around $65.
I
Yes.
see. So if you are quantifying getting to this school specifically, how much did you think you spent on getting this admission? No bank statement was required, a scholarship that covers everything, and finally getting the visa approved. How much did you spend to secure this full scholarship before we even come to the visa?
Um, I would say $65 plus
Which
probably my bundle
yeah,
for
which was the
internet.
initial application fee.
Yes.
So a lot of people and young people like yourself are looking for such opportunity. How come people who are struggling to get bank statement are not able to secure the type of funding you secured?
It would it would take where they are looking at,
Mhm.
how they are looking at, and who they are contacting. I would say these three things.
Initially, did you expect that you were going to get a scholarship that would not require any bank statement at all?
Yes, I was expecting.
Oh, okay. So you had not prepared, to submit a bank statement to the
No, I
school.
had not.
Did you have to, have a separate interview apart from your application to get this scholarship?
I had an interview with my advisor at that time, or the professor at that time. I sent him an email when I saw his ad on Twitter.
Mhm.
He saw my email. The moment he saw my email, he scheduled a meeting and we met. And then he said, "Yep, I recruit you." And then he sent my details to the head of department, and the process began.
Awesome. My name is The Fred Effect. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. Today, our guest is going to share with us how she was able to apply without writing this GRE or GMAT. It was the application fee that she applied and paid to the school. Which university is it? How did she get this scholarship? She's going to explain to us. And this is the reason for the Study Abroad podcast, that we invite people who have gone through the entire study abroad process so that they share their experience with us, and then we also learn from how they were able to do it. If you are just tuning in, you're welcome. Let me make this very clear. This is the process of someone who is from the country you are from, having gone through the process. What she's saying is that she only paid to apply to the university. So she paid the application fee, just like paying an application fee to apply to Legon, Tech, UCC, University of Education, Winneba. And then when she gained the admission, she had a scholarship that covered everything. And normally when people talk about study abroad, one major challenge has been the bank statement. Now she's saying that she got the scholarship and she didn't have to submit any bank statement, got the visa approved to pursue this program. So she's going to share the experience with us. And that's the main reason why we have the Study Abroad podcast. What we do is that people have gone through the Study Abroad process already. You wouldn't be the first person. Neither would you be the last person. In fact, some people studied abroad before the Fred Effect was able to begin the whole thing. Some people have the scholarship that you are aiming to apply to. So it's easier if we get to talk to these individuals that what programs did they apply to, which universities gave them the scholarship, how did they go about the process, their SOP, their documents they submitted, so that you who want to study abroad will learn from it. Remember, recently, if you want to apply for a visa in Ghana, if you want to apply for a visa that is a non-immigrant visa as a student, you could apply in a different country. So if you're Ghanaian, you could apply for a visa interview in, let's say, Ivory Coast, Burkina, Benin, Togo, or any other country. Some people even go to Eswatini. However, from this month, which is September 2025, if you want to apply for a visa, you are only required that you apply in your home country. And I think this is super helpful in the sense that we know a lot of people who spend time, effort, money to travel to, let's say, Eswatini, Madagascar, Liberia for a visa interview. they get denied. Some people even go to Singapore and yet they get refused. So assuming that you are restricted to attend in your home country, then it means that it will save you the time and the effort and all that. Some individuals from other countries like Nigeria also schedule in Ghana. It takes up space for that should have been meant for Ghanaians who were supposed to go for their interview in that country. So if these individuals are not allowed to schedule in Ghana, it means that there will be a lot of slots available for people who are applying for a non-immigrant visa. Currently, if you have your appointment already scheduled before September 7th, then you don't have a problem. However, some countries like Eswatini, that you have to schedule the appointment, get to the country before you pay the MRV. We have had news of the embassy canceling people's appointment. If you're already scheduled in another country, please be careful. Your appointment might probably not be canceled. However, if you get to the embassy, they might tell you to go back to your home country to schedule an appointment. So if you are working on this process, understand that initially you could have scheduled an appointment in another country and go for your interview there, even though you are not from that country. This time around, you cannot do that. So please make sure that you are getting appointments. So in Ghana, you can pay your visa application fee at GT Bank, or you can pay via a Visa card or MasterCard, and then you can schedule an appointment in Ghana. People complain there are no dates. Remember, it is through this same embassy that a lot of people were able to get a visa, including my guest that I'm going to speak to today. So it is possible you can also secure a date over there. Whenever you see any date available, for example, your program is starting in January 2026, no problem. If you get a date in, let's say, June, April 2026, please select it. You have an opportunity to reschedule to a closer date. This time around, you have like 4 chances. And also, you can put in what we call an expedited or emergency request. When this request is approved, now, thankfully, the embassy now automatically schedules your appointment for you. Initially, if you have an emergency request approved, you get an email, you go back to the portal and now search for a date. This time around, the embassy will automatically reschedule your appointment for you when your emergency request or expedited appointment is approved. Remember, you need to upload your service fee payment confirmation as well as your form I-20 to request for this emergency. And that's it. So this is the information available that we have to. There's no need to panic about this. I think the advantages in securing in your home country, personally, from Bole Bamboy, if I was supposed to go to Madagascar for my interview, I couldn't have done that. So I think, if you're coming from Bole Bamboy to Accra for your interview, that is far better. And also, there'll be spaces available because other nationals will not be allowed to schedule an appointment, in the country that you are from. The name is The Fred Effect. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with somebody so that they can also benefit from the ideas and information we are sharing here. We are live across all the Fred Effect platforms. On YouTube, we are like 180,000 family members. This is huge. On Facebook, it's about 130,000 family members. On TikTok, about 172. On X, we are close to 50,000 family members over there. And of course, we're also streaming on Instagram, which is the only way and the easiest way you can connect with the Fred Effect team. Let me bring my guest on and we get started. My co-host, as you know, has always been Ben. Ben, how are you doing?
Yeah, Fred, I'm doing good. And you?
Yeah, people are seeing your handsome face for the first time. Please introduce yourself.
Are you sure? Okay, of course. My name is Ben, and I'm a key member of the Freddy Fair team, and we are here to help you get the best information that will help you through your study abroad journey.
Awesome. So Ben is in the UK, and he's a huge member of the Fred Effect team. He has been my co-host. Our guest today is a beautiful lady. Let me see if I can show the names. All right. Hi, how you doing? Can you please introduce yourself so we get started?
Hello, my name is Brandy Danso. Um, I am currently with Esri ESRI. I am Ghanaian. Um, I came to. I don't know if you wanted to do an extensive introduction, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am with ESRI as a technical support analyst for the enterprise team. Um, I did complete Virginia Tech. I did my master's there studying geography, and I completed in the year 2023, and then started a job right afterwards.
Awesome. So Ayensu Danso is like, is it Ayensu or Ayesu Danso?
Ayesu, no
Okay.
N.
So that would be like Otiko Koso Nana, right? Where you from? Where you from in Ghana?
I am Ashanti and Equapem, but
Okay.
75% Equapem.
Oh, I see. Me Pao Chelsea. That is the Equiapem
Yes,
kind of vibe.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay, okay. Even if they want to insult you, they beg you before they insult you. That kind of vibe. So your story is fascinating. A lot of people would aim to have the kind of scholarship you had, and especially bank statement being a bit of a challenge. So that's what we want to know about you. What was your academic qualification prior to starting this whole study abroad journey?
I've been studying geography since high school, and I studied geography and resource development at the University of Ghana.
Oh, so
Completed
which high school did you go to?
it. It's a day school, Kanishi Senior
Yeah.
High Technical
Where is it located?
in Kanishi.
Okay, so if you ended up studying geography abroad, that means that the background. I'm glad you mentioned that since high school. Shout out to
Yeah.
your high school geography teacher, by the way.
Oh,
Anyway,
he's gone, Mister
oh, may you so rest in peace.
Mister Watson is gone. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And so you moved to KNUST, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
No,
Oh, which?
University of Ghana.
Oh, okay. And what did you study there?
Geography and resource development.
I see. So from high school to University of Ghana, did you have the opportunity to work national service? Where were you
I
working?
did. I did my national service at the Civil Aviation Authority,
Mm. And, and
GCAA.
and so was it right after national service that you left, or it
No,
took you some time?
no, it took me a while. So right after national service, I got into the pool of, job seekers, and I was
Right.
not getting a job, and all my connections had failed me at Civil Aviation Authority, and so um, I decided um to switch my career. I wanted to become an air traffic controller so bad. I
Mhm.
tried, wrote the exam, but no lady passed it because the exam was like a game. And ladies are not versed with video games. So um, we, Fred, you're muted. Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
I can,
Okay.
because I want everybody to hear. The platform is
Okay.
digital.
Right. So I couldn't get into that role. I was heartbroken, but I asked myself one question: why did wanted to become an air traffic controller? And the answer was to ensure safety of the aircraft takeoff and landing. So then I ventured into occupational health and safety. I studied a course online. I think it's OSHA, occupational. I think it's occupational safety and health administration, something like that. And after that, I joined the professional body for, I think it's called GISEP, Ghana.
Was that program like a master's degree or just a certificate?
No, it was a certificate. So I joined the professional body for that. It's called the Ghana, it's GISEP. So Ghana, I think it's occupational safety something something professionals. So I joined them, I got connected, and I got a job to work in a logistics firm. And in that firm, I was leading convoys of trucks to the mines, um, carrying dangerous goods to the mines, and there was no room for growth in that position at that time for women. So I told myself I was going to go back to my first love, which is geography. Prior to my that decision, I had tried to apply during my national service, but it was to no avail. I was trying Sweden, all the big scholarships. I kept applying every year until I gave up 2018, only to pick it up again 2021.
So how long would you say it took you after graduating from University of Ghana to successfully secure an admission to Virginia Tech?
That would be
So let's do the
from
calculation.
2017 through to
Oh,
2021.
so you graduated from University of Ghana 2017.
Yes. And then completed
Oh,
my national service 2018.
okay. So we are looking
What?
like maybe like 4 years to
Hmm.
2021.
And then I
Ooh.
worked for like 2.5 years before moving.
So what changed? Because you said that you were applying to different scholarships within you mentioned some of the countries. What changed between applying by then and now, the new application that got you the
Right,
scholarship?
a lot changed. Initially, I was doing it all by myself, you know.
Okay.
I would write whatever I thought would make sense to me.
Hmm.
I would try and Google stuff. You know, I had no mentor. I was trying to do it by myself, and I didn't have any um perv perk, any new thing, under my wings compared to other people who'd be applying at that time. Because these were international scholarships
Right.
and international governmental scholarships. The people that applied to, they know they are going in for war, so they arm up. I was not armed at all. I was just trying.
Mm.
And so I joined this particular group. I think it was mostly it was for a scholarship to the Sweden, and then
Right.
it was full of Nigerians, and I saw how they were supporting one another. They would read through your whatever, your SOP, your CV, and so I decided to join most of their groups. That was when I started to see that okay, I had been playing all those years. I was
Oh,
not I was not putting in the work, the research. I was not getting a mentor, and so that was the big change.
I see. All right. If you're just tuning in, you're not late. The conversation got started. We are talking to Brandy, an alumni of Virginia Tech, who got a huge scholarship, and she didn't need a bank statement. Now, the conversation is very different from anyone we've had earlier, simply because of how her process to take like 4 years after graduating and still persist to do this. Somebody would have said that after 4 years, let me go get some let me go get married, maybe start giving birth, stuff like that, but still push through and be able to do it. But Ben, if you could come in.
Yes, so Brandy, that was a nice introduction. So I just want to know the online course that you did, was it free?
No, it was not, but it was not expensive. It was around like $40, $34. It was not expensive at all.
Okay. Did it really contribute to your US application? And would you advise
Hmm.
your colleagues back home to also adopt the same strategy?
No, it did not, because that online course was for occupational health and safety career. And this was me trying to switch and go back to geography. So that online, even though it was in my CV, I don't think it contributed much.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting. So we will talk about your scholarship and everything, but before that, I just want to know, to secure full scholarship to study abroad, would you say it's a luck or hard work?
Hmm. I would say consistency brings out results. I would say consistency brings out results, plus the quality of what you're presenting to whatever professor you are shooting at.
Awesome.
No.
So your background in University of Ghana, if you could repeat the program again. You said it was it geography and natural resources. That what was that it?
It was geography and resource development.
Oh, okay, okay. And so when you started targeting, so you were looking at those Sweden schools, those countries, and all that. What then drove your attention to the U.S. institutions?
I was not interested. I was not, because I had heard so many misconceptions about the USA.
Talk to us
I
about some of them. And now you've lived the experience. You tell us whether they were
Right.
true. Mm.
So one of the misconception was that um they they live too freely, the food is bad. They live too freely. There is no trees there because they ran out of their resources. Um Another thing was the gun thing, like, because you would hear things here and there.
Right.
And I was thinking, I don't want to go there. Why would anyone want to go there?
Yeah.
And so now, oh my goodness, that is just the opposite. The gun
Right.
thing is there, but you would need to, it would depend on the county you live in, how
Mhm.
the crime prevalence, and also the blood of Jesus literally covering you. Yeah.
This is the first time hearing about the tree thing. Yeah, I have had opportunity to drive across the country, like from all the way from Arizona to Massachusetts. The trees, that's because there are some places they are literally trees, like more than the human beings over there. Though.
You know,
Yeah,
that blew my mind when I saw all the trees around. I was like, I have been so wrongly informed.
right, right. Anyway, especially with the Midwest and all that. Anyway,
Mhm.
interesting. So when you started applying to, and shout outs to Benedicta. Benedicta, I remember, I spoke with her. She's currently, she came to Purdue University. When I spoke with her, that was the same thing she told me. That Fred, I heard this and that, and this and that. Guess what? Now she's even married here. So you can
Wow.
imagine. Yeah. Shout outs to Benedicta though. Anyway, so she has been on the podcast before. Right. Let's talk about now. How many universities did you apply to?
This is where it gets tricky. When I made the decision to go to look out for schools in the USA,
Mhm.
mind you, this was my Nigerian brothers and sisters who changed my mind to the US
Right.
that there are more scholarship than the governmental scholarships other places. And when I started applying, they taught me to get a spreadsheet
I see.
and track the schools I was going to apply to. So I had made a list of about 15 schools and I was adding, the target was to add about 5 schools per day.
No, what you're dropping is are gems. First of all, what Brandy is saying that with most scholarships to a lot of schools, you are targeting the scholarship with a lot of people. Now, when it comes to the US, you're applying to the program. Now, the program will give you the scholarship. So there's a bit of difference when people say, "I'm going to apply for scholarship." That is a bit challenging compared to applying to be admitted into the program. So if you're going to University of Ghana, you just pay application fee and apply to the program. When we admit you, then we give you the scholarship. Unlike I'm going to apply to maybe Chevening scholarship, I get admission and compete for the scholarship instead. And the second thing that I have a spreadsheet. It could be a book. You don't necessarily have to have a spreadsheet. It could be a book, and then she's tracking the application. So these are the universities. You list the universities, the programs you want to target, and then maybe coordinators and stuff like that. Walk us through. So you were adding 5 schools every single day.
Yes.
And who were
So
giving those schools? How were you able to search for those schools?
I would go to the Masters portal. I don't know if
Okay.
it's still there, but I think it's
Yeah,
still
it's
there.
still there. Yeah.
The Masters portal was very helpful. It gives you a lot of information about the school,
Hmm.
including the kind of scholarships that are available. And if they couldn't list their scholarship, they would tell you, they'll put a link there for you to go there and search for it yourself. And so it was through there that I was adding schools to my list. And then sometimes if my Nigerian brother will see a scholarship, he would share it with me. My Nigerian sister, sorry, schools actually. When they
Yeah.
see a school, they'll share the school with me. And so when I
Before
think
you
what
continue, just,
okay,
just to help people understand what we are talking about, the Masters portal that Brandy is talking about is a website, right? And so this is the website, and I'll share the link to the website, and it could help you search for university. There are several ways of searching for schools in the US. This is just one of them. So this is the portal that she's referring to, and I love the fact that the Nigerian brothers did not see you as a competition, and they were willing to share the universities that they are applying to. There's somebody, shout outs to the teaching assistants in UCC and some other universities. Sometimes they are in the same, office with other teaching assistants. They are applying to schools abroad and they are hiding it from each other. There's no competition, right? The sky is so huge, every bird can fly. We don't have to crash against one another. Meanwhile, there are certain scholarships or admissions or programs that will pick Brandy, that may not pick Fred, or that will pick Ben and will not pick Fred. You understand? So It's some people get application fee waivers, they keep it to themselves. Yo, you know. So shout outs to them. They did a great job.
I will forever. I think everyone who is close to me knows that I mention them all the time. These
I
are
see.
friends who are dear to me, and so we made the list. Virginia Tech was not on my list.
Oh,
I w- I had been connected to follow certain mentors. These are not like mentors I knew personally, but then
mhm,
there were Nigerian mentors on Twitter, and these are people dropping good information like how to write the best way to write a letter waiver
mhm.
for your
Application fee.
application fee,
Yeah,
how to do this, how to do that. And so I was following them keenly. And my advisor dropped that ad that he's looking for a student. And then someone retweeted it, and then I saw it. So
I
I
see.
saw this ad that same day, applied that same day. My advisor reached out to me the next day and recruited me the next day.
Shout outs to the people who use their social media to only watch big things. Anyway, let's continue.
So then all my plans, my my sheet was put on hold because I got a school that was not even on my list.
I see.
But then I think what helped was the consistent review of my CV that they did, the consistent
Mm.
review of my SOP that they did.
I see. All right. If you're just tuning in, you're welcome. Let's give some shout outs to people tuning in. We have Ghana News. I don't know who is behind it, but type your name. Let me give you a shout out. Ghana News, Clement Kosa, Bright Ayi, Bra Bill. Awesome. Bra Bill dropped Bachelor's Portal as well. Awesome. Prince, Paul, Nana Ajapon. You have my name, bro. Shout out to you for watching on Facebook. Very detailed and articulate explanation from the Fred Effect team. Akwesi, okay, Akwesi, I don't want to murder the other name. So, Bestmark, Frederica Moa, Jeche, Teresa, Nana, Basmako. Teresa, are you the one that the Lumba mentioned in the music or what? Anyway, Simon Apia, the bright shout outs watching on YouTube. Nana, yeah, consistency, that's the word. Prince Yeboah. So if you have questions for Brandy, please be dropping them in the comment section, and then we'll be responding to them later on in the program. Every week we select one person who the team is going to assist. So if you comment, if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, you automatically contribute to the program, and then at the end of the day, you might end up being selected. All right, Ben, you want to take over?
Yeah, so Brandy, how did you see the process? Just
Um,
the application process. Was it stressful?
no, it was not. The moment my advisor was like, "I'm recruiting you," that's it. He was like, "Okay, can you send me your SOP, your CV, and let me look at it one last time." So then my advisor became the one who reviewed the last thing to send to the um, graduate school for them to pick me.
You know that the advisor that was offering you the scholarship reviewed your CV. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
it was more like he was offering more like should I say he has a position for a student, to
Mhm.
have a student he would work with. So he was
Right.
offering the position to me. But then
Okay.
it was the application to the graduate school that would confirm the scholarship.
I see.
So
I
he
see.
wanted me to get that scholarship. That was why he asked to look at my CV and my um, um, SOP again, which he didn't have any comment on, and I went ahead and applied.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Ben, go on.
Yes, so thank you for that. So what did you find it a bit challenging during the application process, and how did you overcome it?
That's a good question. I did. I tried to reach out to the graduate coordinator, and I was like, "Hey, I sent out my mini review, sorry, waiver letter, asking them to waive my application fee, which I felt like anybody should do. Um, you should not assume that you will not get, your application fee will not be waived. So I still took a shot, and then they did tell me that, oh, we apologize, we are not able to give an application waiver, and then I went ahead and paid for it. So I think that I wouldn't count as a challenge, but it was something that I felt like um it was just bold of me to have still asked, even though they had categorically said we needed this application fee. Um, then I think the application process was very easy actually with Virginia Tech. Everything went smooth. I think the only thing that became a problem was my visa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. I think you might be the good person to help us address this issue. Sometimes we've had a couple of issues whereby um, some people are saying that they have been frauded by some group of people. At times, even some people hide behind our brand to fraud people, like we will do applications for you and they end up taking their money and then they don't. So you been through the process, getting your spreadsheet and other stuff. What can you say to advise those people who always become victim of that? Do you think they should continue
Right.
for in hand of those fraudsters, or they can hold or try as much as possible to control their own application?
That's a good question. The question is, why do people reach out to others for help? You know, why? A vivid example is that when I had decided to go to the USA, I reached out to a friend of mine. She's called Mina. And then I was like, Mina, can you help me? You know, can you help me? I'm trying to get application to the USA. And she was like, sister, you can do it yourself. You know, she's she's the kind of person who would encourage you to do it yourself. But at that time, I was thinking, my friend doesn't want to help me. You know, and so if I had not grown out of that perception that someone has to help me before I got this, what I'm looking for, then I would have gone to those kind of people to give them money because I think I cannot do it, right? And then the question dawns on me, if I cannot write my own application, if I cannot apply for the masters that I see I want, do I even qualify to be a master student in the USA? So it stems from, why do they go to others? It's because they think they cannot do it, or it's because they think I am not that knowledgeable to speak the language of the English, English language, to speak to the professor and then get them, to accept me. Or maybe I don't speak English that well. There is always something that people assume about themselves, and so it hinders them from doing it themselves. Um, it will shock you the number of people who have thick accents of English when you come to the USA. When you go to school, people, when they speak, you can't even hear them, but they are in the USA because they didn't let that accent hinder them, right? The question is, how much do you want this? How much do you want the masters? How much do you want to further your education in abroad? How much do you want this? And so the moment my friend Mina gave me, was like, sister, you can do it. You can do it. There is nothing that's stopping you from doing this. And I thought she was bugging me. She doesn't want to help me. And then the Nigerians, they didn't write for me. You know, they said, "Can I review your SOP? Can I review your CV?" And then they kept refining, fine tuning it, and then I did the application because after I had been mentored to a point where I understood why I want to go there in the first place. It became easy expressing myself to a professor.
Well, I like the fact that you talk about, a friend who pushed you that you can do it. You also spoke about the Nigerian brothers who were able to assist you. Now, listen, um, if you are doing this process, people have already done it. People are already doing it. Find yourself in a group. If you are preparing for visa interview, there are mock interview platforms. There are actually groups. There are social media platforms like you spoke about. people are doing what you want to work on. Just try and find that community that could help you to get this done. Now let's break it down for people who probably may not understand how this funding works. So this is what we are showing is what we call the Form I-20. I'm deliberately only showing the funding aspect, because if normally you have admission to a school, then maybe the school asks you to bring some bank statements, so that will be captured under the personal funds. If you look at what I'm showing, the personal funds is zero, and then the assistantship, well, or what we call the scholarship, will is now 47,000, almost like 48,000. And if there were funds from other sources, maybe your mom's bank statement, then that would have been captured. Your situation was such that the scholarship covered everything. Now let's break it down. When we say that you have a full scholarship, what does it entail? What is it about?
Um, Full scholarship, at least the one that Virginia Tech offered, just
Yeah.
means that we are offering you a job.
Mhm.
In that job, you're going to work part time. The part time pays 4,000 what per year. Out of that 4,007 or 47,000 what, we can pay your fees for the period in which you're coming, or for this
Right.
particular period. This time around is 9 months. So out within 9 months, we can pay you 47,000. Out of
Mhm.
that, we can pay you this amount for your stipend, and this other amount can cover your fees
Oh, okay.
and
So
other things.
so is all the money handed over to you? Like you get there and they give you all the 47,000 in your account?
Oh, how I wish. No. Um, no, they would not do that. It's all like orchestrated by the school bazaar, and
Mm.
they take you are supposed to create a a bank account when you get there, and then they'll start paying it into your account. That's your stipend, and then your fees you would see in your statement for the year what has been covered, what hasn't been covered. What has been covered will later be sent to you as a student fee that you are to pay.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to Brandy. Brandy is sharing her experience going through the study abroad process. After graduating from University of Ghana since 2017, it took about 4 years to go through a course, to work on national service, trying to seek for a job. And later on, 2021, she was able to secure full scholarship with the help of some friends and also some mates that she met online. You can also do it. It's highly possible for you to do it. So when you talk about you not up having Virginia Tech, the school that finally got you here, in your plans, did it mean that you had already submitted applications to the schools that were on your list?
Yes, I had.
We'll show the website so that people can learn from it. So let's start. If you can remember, I know it's been 2020, so it's been a long
Hmm.
time. But which schools do you remember? So we show it.
I remember it was a SUNY in New York.
Okay.
I think I did Buffalo. I
Okay.
did Syracuse.
All right. Let's
I
break
did.
it down to our people. Yeah.
Hmm.
So when normally you mention Sunni, it might be confusing to our brothers in Bolivamboy, right?
Right.
That's where I'm from. So let's break it down to them. So Sunni is an abbreviation, SUNY, and that stands for State University of New York. So what happens is that there is actually a university system in most of the states. As you know, if you're applying to universities in the US, you're looking at more or less like applying to a whole continent of Africa, right? So New York is like a whole state. Let's take it even Africa. New York is like a country. Let's say Ghana, and so there are state universities in the state, and then that's an abbreviation for it. So when she says SUNY, SUNY, State University of New York. So if it was supposed to be in Ghana, then maybe State University of Ghana. Then you have a campus in Accra, you have a campus in Wa, you have a campus in Tamale. So she is mentioning Buffalo. Buffalo is one of the cities. And so State University of New York, a campus in Buffalo. That's what she's
Yes.
referring to. And
Yes.
I'm going to show the website. And when it comes to New York, it's one of the states that has like a lot of universities. Okay, let's see if I can show. Yes, so this is the website of State University of New York in Buffalo. So you can either Google University of Buffalo or State University of New York, Buffalo. All right, which other university?
Syracuse.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
which I
So
actually got an offer, like a
I love like I love their colors. I love the colors of Syracuse University. So this is the website of Syracuse University as well. You can check it out. It's if you're watching us on TikTok, it's SYRACUSE, Syracuse University. Which other university?
I applied to I'll remember.
Don't worry. So if you can any
I
number
know
that
I did Arizona. I
is it
did
Arizona State or University of
Arizona
Arizona?
State.
Okay.
It was Arizona State. I did Texas A&M.
All right. Let me show them one after the other. This is a one man technical operation. So let me okay. Let's see if I can show that. So Arizona State University. I've actually been on the campus of Arizona State University. It's very beautiful. Arizona is like desert like kind of boy like, right?
Mhm.
But it's so beautiful at Arizona State University. It's actually located in Tempe, which is in Phoenix, which is the capital of Arizona. That's where Tempe is where the airport is even located. So
Mhm.
yeah, this is Arizona State University. Remember, this is different from University of Arizona, which is also located in the same state. And then we have Northern Arizona University, which is the only place that you can see snow when you go to Arizona, which is in Flagstaff. And I've been to that campus as well. All right, you mentioned Texas A&M.
Yes, Texas State A&M.
Okay, A&M. Let me try to see if I can show that as well. Texas A&M. This is located in College Station in Texas. Texas is probably the second largest state, and they have a lot of universities. This is one of them, Texas A&M University. I think A&M is what agriculture and mechanical. All right.
I think it's the place.
Oh,
It has
okay.
a name. It has to do with the name, the name of the place
Mm,
it occupies. Because
I
there are
see.
other Texas University and then other they have an what's the word? Other acronyms as well.
Oh, I see. Awesome. So that's Texas A&M, and obviously the university that got you here is Virginia Tech. I made a video about Virginia Tech like 4 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in and you say, "Oh, 4 years," yeah, we've been in the game more than half a decade. So yeah, 4 years ago we did a video about Virginia Tech. So you can imagine. Check out the Fred Effect YouTube platform, and then you can see. Yeah. So Virginia, what is the full name? I know it has a full name, right?
It is Virginia Polytechnical University.
Oh, I
No,
see.
Virginia Polytechnical State University. Something.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really long, so I
Okay.
think
So,
making it Virginia Tech is pretty much the best way.
yeah. So the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. That's the full
Perfect.
name.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So it's located in a beautiful city called Blacksburg in Virginia. I mean, Virginia is very popular. There are some names of states that are very popular for obvious reasons. Virginia is very popular in Ghana. Yeah. Anyway, Ben, you want to come in? So these are the universities that Brandy applied to, which is awesome. So if you are listening to us, you pick a pen and a paper. This is the application season. September until next year, maybe February is where universities are currently accepting applications. And I am of the view that because of how things turn out, this year, next year, a lot of universities will be competing for international students. So don't be discouraged if you went for the first interview, it didn't go well. There's an opportunity to check out some of these schools that you probably might have not heard about and then put in applications to them as well. Ben, let's go on.
Yeah, Brandy, some of us we suffered before we traveled, though. So now it is in our plan to make sure that those who want to travel wouldn't suffer the way we suffered. So my responsibility is to make you empty before you leave here. I think you should be able to um, siphon all the information that made you Brandy Ayesu Danson. So pardon me for some of my tricky questions, okay? All
Right.
right. So there's a quick one. You mentioned earlier that you think consistency is the key. So how consistent were you, and what strategies did you adapt to make your application a success, because
Right.
everyone is yearning for full scholarship. So, in
Mm,
the first place, congratulations. So, just let us know how consistent were you? Because sometimes we just say you have to be consistent. How consistent should I be? And then, what are some of the strategies?
right. So there has to be a goal, right? In everything, there has to be a goal. If you're thinking that, oh, I am young, I can apply within 5 years, I can apply every year. You might just be trying your best or you're trying your luck. But then consistency came into the picture when I had a goal as to when I wanted to start applying. Between 2020 December through to 2021 July, all I was doing was preparing. So the consistency is in the preparation. When I remember the first email CV I sent to the a group that I was in that they should review. Oh my goodness, they probably tore down that CV. They had so many comments. And I was thinking, wow, that is a very bad CV that I'd been applying earlier all these years, thinking that it was a great CV that I had, but they tore it down. And the moment that back and forth of, okay, I work on it, I take it back, and then they comment on it, review it, and then send me feedback. That back and forth on my CV, on my SOP, on the ideas I want to put forward, and also spreading myself. Geography has a broad spectrum. So I was just not looking for courses in geography. I was looking for courses in environmental studies. I was looking for courses in sustainability, anything within the spectrum that climate touches, I was there. So I didn't want to limit myself that, oh, I'm looking for courses in geography alone. No, I was looking for courses that touched geography, that I knew that when I get to the visa in front of the visa officer, I could defend that. So this time around, I was preparing. It was a preparation that was consistent. And the moment I started the list, I got the spreadsheet and I started adding to the list. Then I got a scholarship. So though I didn't even go further into like another big wait time where it's like I have 100 list of schools that I'm trying to apply to, because my preparation stage was so long. By the time I was ready to apply, I got it within a few days. So I'll say that's where the consistency came from.
Okay. Thank you. So, what are some of the strategies that
Yeah.
we need to inculcate?
I would say this again. I always say it to my friends and colleagues: track the process. I love tracking. I need to know what happened. So I had a spreadsheet that I can definitely share. I had a spreadsheet that had the school I want to apply to, the program I want to apply to, the requirements for that program, the contact for the graduate coordinator, the first email to the professor, the response of the email of the professor, the follow up email. That was how much I was tracking my application. And the application I fully completed was actually that of Syracuse. And that I got an admission as well. But the others, I had begun the application, but I didn't even have to get to that. I had already gotten Virginia Tech. And unlike my the other friends I'd met online, these were people who were looking for options. They were not content with, oh, I get one school and I'm done. And I realized that it's probably low key a Ghanaian thing. We don't see a lot of value in us. So we get one opportunity, we are like, yep, that's it, I'm done. But I saw people get scholarships from Purdue, but then they will still be applying because they want options. And that was very surprising. I mean, I didn't have the heart for that at that time, but I wish I did. People would still continue applying because they wanted options. And so I didn't even go much into that application process. I started, I got it, I stopped.
Wow. That's an interesting one. Thank you for sharing. So I would like to know, did the full scholarship boost your confidence for the visa interview?
It did. It did. I didn't think I had to worry at all until it one all these groups that we find ourselves. I found myself in one of these groups that I have totally forgotten about, but I remember Fred being there. That was where I met Fred for the
Hey,
mock
so Fred
interview.
has been everywhere.
I would say yes because the number of people Fred interviewed or helped all those times, I don't think people forgot. When people are in need of such help and they receive it, they don't forget. Unless few people just, they just forget it because that's who they are. But I don't think I ever forgot Fred, because of that kind of help that I got from him and those the others. Because it was not only him, there were others too.
Oh, okay. So, how much preparation did you put in a visa interview? Because we've had some few stories where um, some of our followers had gotten full scholarship, but yet still got their visa denied. So, how much did you prepare, or you were just relying on the full scholarship?
Sincerely, I had heard that people with full scholarship had been denied before. So that was what gingered me to kind of be like, okay, this has to be right. That was when I went into the mock interview and all that. But when I started applying, I had just started applying, I think October. I got the scholarship October. And I was like, great, let's apply for our visa. I applied I applied for the visa, and then as at November, I still couldn't get any date. I was so close. My start date was like December 25th, and I should already be in priority section right now. I should be seeing dates that are like few days from the date at that time. But I was still seeing dates in the following year, August. And that was like I knew something was wrong. And so I kept reaching out to the consulate that, hey, I think I'm not seeing the priority date. I was in groups where people would drop
Brandon,
dates.
before you continue, so normally when people join the new mock set platforms that we create, and we tell them that this thing has been happening for years, and so please relax. It's going to go through. They don't get. I'm happy that you're mentioning this because this is the old platform we are talking about, though, and this issue was existing. So when we tell people that because we've been in the game for a very long time, we've seen different circumstances, had different stories. So please relax. If you are going for spring interview, spring 2026, you have a date in 2020 six right now, maybe June. Brandy is talking about the same thing. So pay attention and listen. Please go
Yeah.
on.
So I was still seeing dates in August. And I was like, no, I have about less than a month to go to school, but I'm not seeing priority dates. And others would see dates, they'll be like data pie, and they'll take a screenshot, and I'll go there and I won't see a thing. So this started getting to me. I think I started panicking. I probably broke down at some point. I was like, this is too much. I can't. So then I am as part of the connections to Virginia Tech, because I was preparing for that, I got connected to their African group, the African group, and I was asking questions about immunizations and all that. And then I got connected to somebody who, at that time, I was thinking of deferring because I'm like, I'm not getting the dates, and the consulate doesn't seem to think that there is anything wrong with my account. And so I was going to defer. And she was like, don't do it. This is the second person who's like encouraging me. She was like, never do it, fight. Then she encouraged me to go to Cote d'Ivoire for my interview. And so I, after at end of probably first week in December, I had switched up my application, or should I say, whatever fee I paid to the Accra consulate. I lost that, and she contributed, and she's called Eugenia, and her friend Alex, they contributed to get my, to be able to afford the visa interview. I think it's the MRV fee or something like that. Yeah. So to afford that for Cote d'Ivoire. And it was an interesting time of my life. I was excited to apply, but then also I realized that people were being bounced from there, and that was scary. Um, but then I prayed. I took some leave from work, and then I went there, and I went to a particular, the Cote d'Ivoire Ghanaian community as one of the sweetest communities I've ever come across. I don't know if they are popular. I will mention their name, Brother Eddie. He's very. I'm thinking he's popular in Cote d'Ivoire, because when you get there and he receives you, he's gonna cook jollof for you the first day you arrive, literally. And he's gonna cook for you. He doesn't have enough. It's not like he lives in a mansion. He lives in a rented apartment in a compound house. Some people would sleep in his living room or what. He would receive me. I got a hotel though, so I got a hotel, but they were feeding me when they could, and they would. And so they were encouraging me. And then I went for the interview and I got approved. And that means I needed to wait. So I went to Cote d'Ivoire with my best friend. I let my best friend return to Ghana, purchase whatever I needed to travel with. I waited for my visa, got my visa, came back to Ghana, left. The plan was that I would leave, um, let's say within 2 days of me, sorry, of me getting the visa. However, I got COVID, so it was delayed 2 weeks more, I think. But yeah, that was how the whole visa process went to. And I don't even want to talk about how I crossed the border.
Yeah, and the good thing is that now people do not have to cross the border because everybody would have to schedule in their home
In their
country or the
country,
country
yeah.
of residence. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, Brandy is sharing an amazing story. The first time you sent me, normally if you want to join and somebody's asking that question, how do you join the mock platform? You send us a message on on Instagram. It's the Fred Effect is a verified account, about 22,000 family members. And then, we normally want to verify if indeed you're going to school. So we take your appointment confirmation or I-20. So I remember Brandy sent me an I-20. I'm like, wow, this is huge. Now in my head, I'm like, yo, you're good. So you don't have a problem. Right. So I like the fighting spirit every day joining the mock platform, and everybody who has been serious about this process. I don't think that there's somebody who will take this process serious. It might not work for the first time, but definitely it will work. And I'm happy that you are giving shout outs to people who were helpful on your process, even in Cote d'Ivoire, where by now you might have forgotten them and all that. Shout outs to the friend who came to prepare before, you came back from Cote d'Ivoire though. So let's answer some questions that people are asking in the comments. Remember that you can join us in the studio live. I'll be sharing the link on the various social media platforms so that you can join. You can also type your questions in the comment section. We'll be reading and respond to them as well. So Brad Kofi is saying amazing session with Brandy. Shout out to Brad Kofi watching us on Facebook. Ajua Anima is our number one subscriber. Shout out to Ajua Anima. Ajua Bapa. Thank you for this, the Fred effect. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to this question. Elisha on YouTube says interesting. So, this is a question to Ben. If you can read it out to Brandy. Oh, your microphone is muted, sir. Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
Mm.
What do you have to say to someone who thinks that landing a full scholarship is not possible for someone with HND and 2.0 GPA?
I would say you need to understand the education system of the country you're trying to apply to. In the let's say in the USA, their score system is pretty different, and an HND you will need to go through something like another portal for them to verify the level, the value of the education you have had. And so an HND, you would have to investigate, you would have to research what is the value, what is the value in this country that I'm going to, because the GPA doesn't even come to play. It's the value of that degree you're holding.
Mhm.
And so if that HND is what you are like, what you hold is an HND, you need to ask yourself that if let's say because I know with the HND in the USA, you would need an additional education for that. After you come up with that, you find that do that research, and then you find out that oh, I need another degree to add up to this, and then get that value. Then you need to pursue that if this is actually what you want. If you really, really want this, at least that's what I think. I could be totally wrong. I think the Fred effect probably has a lot of um experience here as to whether people get full funding with HNDs, but during my time or as of now, the knowledge I know is that HND may not be valued as compared to a bachelor's degree
Yeah.
within the USA.
So if you're listening to us from a different country, HND is higher national diploma. Normally, they have 6 semesters of transcript or 3 years of academic qualification. Now, if you have gone through such an academic study to apply to study in the US, you can either use that 6 semester transcript to apply directly into a master's degree, or you can use it to apply to a bachelor's degree as a transfer student. Now you have to decide, do I want to apply into bachelor's degree as a transfer student, or do I want to use the HNE to apply directly for a master's degree? Remember, just like Brandy said, there are a lot of universities that may not admit, they would prefer 8 semester or 4 year bachelor's. So if you have 3 years, they will not admit you. But there are a lot of universities that will still accept your higher national diploma directly into a master's degree. I have had the opportunity to assist a lot of people who have been able to do that. Now, if you're able to figure these two things out, Brandy, talk about your country you want to study in. Not every country would accept HND. Please pay attention to that. So you should choose a country that would accept your qualification or the value of your academic qualification, like Brandy mentioned. Then we can now proceed from there when it comes to the scholarship. So please, at that, decide whether you want to go in for a transfer as a bachelor's degree applicant or you want to go in for a master's degree. Let's pick some more questions. I think, Terry, I responded to this question. You sent us a direct message on Instagram. We've been doing this for more than half a decade. It's a free platform that you can join. Let's see. Um, all right. I want to pick some questions. Okay. So Brandy, if you could respond to this, Ben, let's go ahead.
All right. So this from Be Bright. How long should you wait before sending a follow-up email to professor who hasn't responded to your previous message? I think this is a good question. Bright, keep it up.
Yeah, I totally agree. It is a good question. I would say a week for me. I would dare to do a week, but formally you have to give 2 weeks to the professor to respond to you. However, in my situation, seeing how the professor made time to respond, um, it could also be that the professor is not didn't see you, as catchy, didn't see your email as catchy, and so they have relaxed, and so you should send a follow up after a week just to hear from them that oh, whether they want to work with you or not, because feedback is important. There are other professors who are actually busy, So then they would probably put it in a group that would remind them later on that they will respond. Um, However, to answer your question, I would say a week. Um, the furthest would be 2 weeks.
I love
Okay.
it when I see such comments. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so Brandy, just 30 seconds. How do I make my email catchy? You brought yourself with this one day. I
No
was setting
problem.
my somewhere.
So the email is, first of all, you need to introduce yourself. You need to state your purpose. I want to apply to this and I want to work with you because of this particular part of your research. Why? Because my research also covers that particular part that connects with yours. And then you come to the body of that email and then you start to explain their research connecting it to yours. And normally I'll make this like I'll pick about two of their researchers connected to mine. Then in the final email, I would state that, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to do ABCD research under you. However, I am open to your research, and then have a salutation of that email. It's like a letter, right? Have a salutation and be like, I would love to work with you. I am first generational, what, and then I look forward to it. So my advisor reached out back the next day because he saw that I knew what I wanted to do, and he just he thought I knew what I wanted to do. Later on, he found out that I didn't know what I wanted to do. But then that is how much you want your email to be catchy.
Okay,
Anyway,
thank you.
there's a brother who gave a very I'm trying to look for it right now. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, what would be your okay? So this is athlete evolution. Ben, if you could read this.
Yes, I started following Fred since 2022, and today I am in US pursuing my master's with full funding and as a scholar, which also comes with free scholarship to my full funding. You are doing a great job. So congratulations on your full scholarship, Athlete Evolution. If you can get your real name, I think that will be fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Malik too have this question.
Applying to multiple schools isn't my problem, but getting a recommendation letters from our lecturers is the big deal.
Hmm.
Brandy,
So
did you go through research?
yeah, how did you get your recommendations? Practically tell us what should we do?
This. So this part of the topic is a topic that I don't know where to start from. However, what I know helped is that my professor knew me. My professors knew me. What who are you in your department? Are you that person who, when the teacher who teaches you bypasses you, he doesn't even know you, where you come from. He doesn't even know who you are. Who are you? Because again, when I remember I was doing this, or I mentioned my best friend, I was doing this whole process with my best friend. And she went through the whole recommendation thing. And what was written, that was how she ended her interest. So I know recommendation is a big topic when it comes to application. And it goes down to the question, who are you in your department? My professor, I literally still message him now. Prof, how are you doing? Prof, this. Prof, that. Prof, I'm doing this. Oh, Prof will connect me to that too. I still connected with my professors even when I was done with school 2027, sorry, 2017, and then I was applying 2021.
Oh, I see.
because I would still go back to doc all the times I was applying to Swedish, Uppsala University, all the times where I was applying to Hungary. I was going back to this professor all the time, and he still did it. So he was sending writing recommendation up to even 4 years because he knew me. So the recommendation letter comes to who are you
Who
in the
are you?
department? Does your professors or do your professors know you as one of the masses they've never seen before? Or are you actually prominent in their classes? Because if you are, they will happily write for you. Because in the USA, a link is sent to them and they have to answer certain questions about you. If they don't know you, oh my goodness, they are going to write what they think. And our Ghanaian professors are even lenient. If you get an American professor to write a recommendation for you, you're just dead if you know that you didn't do or you never worked with them directly because
Mm,
they're not gonna lie.
yeah.
If you think that a professor doesn't know you, don't get recommendations from them. There are people with third class. There are people with lower grade. It is the recommendation that got them that their professors to work with them. So I would say it's just like how we say who you know, who knows you.
Yeah.
In applying scholarship, the recommendation is the who knows you.
All right. Ben, let's go on with the next question. Um,
Okay, this is from Uju Ugo. I'm sure it's from Nigeria.
right.
Yeah, if you currently work 9 to 5, would you recommend meeting your employer for one of your recommendation letters?
Mm. I did get one recommendation letter from my boss at that time. I wouldn't go to my employer. When you say employer, what do you mean? Do you mean like the general oversee, like the CEO? What do you mean? Because recommendation letters are supposed to come from people who know you. The
Yeah.
CEO doesn't know you. It is your direct boss who does. And in my case, my boss knew that I was applying for school. Even he himself was applying for school. So he knew what I was looking for, what I was going through. So when I told him that I was going to use him for recommendation, he was like, you know, it's I can I can do that. And he's also a thorough person. He's not gonna lie for you. And so I think having my direct boss write for me. I also went to my general manager, but with him, I think I am positive I needed. I'm positive I stopped. I rescinded it because he doesn't know me personally.
Right.
When I mean later on I became very adamant or very um careful who I let recommend me. And I think the person needs to know you. If the person is your direct boss, I would I would shoot for that. If the person knows you personally, I would shoot for that. Um and then go from there.
All right. So Tony is asking, how do you get in touch personally? So Tony, our doors are always open. And so on our verified Instagram handle, that is the only place you can reach out to us. We also have a link where you can schedule a one-on-one conversation if you're interested in doing that. So yeah, go to Instagram, search for the Fred Effect. It's verified. It's over 22,000 family members over there. And then yeah, Uju is asking about emailing tips, but I think Brandy has mentioned that. So let's see if we can bring some people in. But let's tone it down a little bit. What do you miss home?
Food,
Was there some favorite joint
that's
in?
first thing. It will
Yeah,
be food.
I see.
Then even before family, even before human beings. I'll say food.
So what is it? Is it that you are unable to get some African food here?
Oh,
What is
that's not it. That's not it. I
mm,
think it has really toned down when I moved to the city because Charlotte is a city where it has a lot of African shops,
yeah.
international markets. Unlike Blacksburg, which is
Mhm.
like a college town with just one international market that you may or may not get African stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
So it has toned down, but still, I miss Tozafi because I can't make Tozafi myself.
I see. So how about, getting used to what was difficult to get used to? The accent, the food, the weather. What was difficult to
Mm.
get us used to?
So the accent was not difficult because
Mm.
even growing up, I had consumed so much foreign media, can't get to my parents, and so
The
it was
first
not
time
difficult.
you spoke on the mock session, I'm like, hey, sister, it is all America that now.
When we started, I nearly asked her, was she born in America?
Because say me bahaja but Brandy accent no American accent no mu che me die.
Now, did you ever watch American movie?
Yeah, so let's move on. The accent was not difficult for you. How about the weather, the food, and
Oh, the
maybe
weather was serious because I arrived during the winter. I started
oh
spring,
oh
and
okay.
I was thinking, I went to Kanta, I got the coat jacket, I got gloves, and I got winter boots. I arrived and I was like, what is happening to me? I literally asked myself, okay, what is it was as if something was attacking my skin.
Yeah.
And the gloves I got, my hands froze right through it. Like I couldn't believe what was happening. And it was super cold. So that was a big shock, the weather.
I see. In terms of airport pickup and all that, did your university arrange that for you? Did you have to look for someone else to pick you up, initial accommodation and all that? How did that go for you?
So, I'll give this shout out to the CEO of Ecodist.
Mm.
He volunteered to pay for my fare, my airfare,
Oh wow.
and paid for the hotel I was gonna live in while sorting out my first apartment.
Oh okay.
And so that was settled. But then the person who picked me up from the airport was my advisor with other students who had arrived.
Mm.
Um, so that was just him being very kind. But I realized that in our department, the professors were in charge of taking because these are international students. It's not like you are
Yeah.
hiring national students. So they were in charge of picking their own students up from the airport.
Right. Let's John come in. John, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine,
Yeah, please
Fred.
talk to Brandy.
All right. Well, I joined the conversation very late, though. So my question is regard with funding. I currently hold admission to University of
Why
Delaware.
does it look like you're hiding your face kind of vibe? Can you me who any me chama? Wait my push. Are you using a laptop or you're using a phone? You can push it down a little bit so that it's all the white condition on naturally. Uh-huh. Thank you. Push it back from kakana.
Brad John.
Eh. Oh yeah, handsome man. And I know very brandy. For bra from kaka.
Oh, come on.
Uh-huh.
Aha.
Thank you. Young man, we are listening, bro.
All right. Thank you very much,
Mm.
Fred. All right. Yeah. So my question is regard with funding. Uh, Currently, I gain admission to University of Delaware, but the challenge is my uh, admission queue with just 20% funded
Hmm.
tuition. I mean, yeah, so due to that, I have to defer the admission to next academic year because uh, I don't know how I would survive when I find my way to the US. And
Congrats on the admission. What program is it, sir?
all right, the program is Hospitality Business Management.
Okay. So you defer to spring semester.
No, I defer to fall 2026.
Okay. Initially, when you spoke, before you applied, did you ask the head of department if the department has scholarships available?
Yes, I did. I contacted the program coordinator, which he mentioned to me that there is funding for there's full funding and then half tuition. So that
Mhm.
actually gave me the go ahead to do the application.
All right. So the good thing is that I made a specific video for the circumstance you are talking about now. That if you get admission with a partial scholarship, what should you do? Or with no scholarship, what should you do? So I'm going to share that video with you, and then you take your time, watch it. I explain a lot of ideas, very well researched ideas in that video, so that you can learn from that what to do. The good thing is that because you have already deferred to fall 2026, which is next year. As I speak with you now, applications for new admissions have already begun. So you don't necessarily have to rely on only that university. You have an opportunity to now put in other applications to other universities whilst you hold on to that because you already secured that. So what you now have to do is to go through the video I'm going to share with you, and then you push for funding. So this is the video I'm referring to. Let's see, it has almost like 100,000 views on the channel. So how to get 100% full ride scholarship, admission with no scholarship, what should you do? In this video I explain several ideas. I share several tips that you can use to be able to secure a scholarship once you hold an admission, which I have practically applied and it helped me to secure a scholarship. So that's what I explained in the video. And as you can see, for 100,000 views, it's super helpful tips in there. And so the other thing I was talking about is for you not to only put your eggs in one basket or focus on only this school, because schools are now admitting. Make sure that before you apply to a school, just like you did for Delaware, find out from the department head, ask about how the funding works even before you apply, whilst still trying to strategize for the Delaware school. All right.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank you very
joining.
much.
All right. Thank you for joining, sir. Let's see if we can respond to more questions here. Okay, let's see. Eugene, shout outs to you. You're watching us on YouTube. Um, so Brandy, if you can respond to this. After receiving my I-20, what are the next steps? Oh, your microphone is muted. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Every university has a pathway to take. When you go to, at least there should be like a section for international schools
Yeah.
when after you applied, or answering the exact question that you have on there. So most of the time they'll give you the pathway that, okay, reach out to the graduate school
Mhm.
or do this, do that. Cause every school is different and there are like millions of schools. And so, saying I-20, I'm thinking that this is in the USA.
Right.
So it's there's still more than 500,000 schools, and
Mhm.
everybody's path is different. So I would say reach out to the graduate school as indicated on their website what to do. Most of the time, they'll ask you, or you should get like invitations to create an account as student.
Yeah.
You can the moment you do that, you you will unlock a lot of resources you can get to, and trust me, the procedures they're going to make it streamlined for you, and they'll let you know what to get and then when to actually jump to visa application. All these will be streamlined for you. If you still are in doubt, the best thing would be to reach out to the graduate coordinator for the department that got you that scholarship. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say.
Yeah, and also to reach out to the designated school official or international office. The
Hmm.
good thing is that
On
because
that
we
I
have
am.
yeah, because we've been doing this for a very long time. About 3 years ago, I made a specific video explaining after I-20, what next? Step by step approach after you secure your I-20. So this was I have thought about this question 3 years ago. And so there's a whole 14 minutes video explaining step-by-step approach, but technically your university, after you receive your I-20, might have sent you a list of instructions. After this video, the next video that follows will be documents you need to carry when you are going for your visa interview. So the Fred Effect YouTube platform is like your one-stop platform for everything you need to know. So please check that out. So if you are new watching us on TikTok, just go to YouTube, whatever platform, search for the Fred Effect. These are space, so the Fred, and then you add effect to it. All right. I don't know if Brandy, you still have energy to go. We are over 1 hour. You good? Are you enjoying this or
I am.
okay? Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Jack Wiskett, Ben, if you could read this question out.
Yeah, I would like to inquire whether it's necessary to reach out to a program director in order to secure a graduate assistantship or scholarship. Is initiating this contact a crucial step in the application process?
I would say yes, because first of all, you are in another country, you don't know anything about the department, they hold all the knowledge, and you are just asking for information. On my spreadsheet that was going to track my application process, literally had a section where I would say, did I reach out to the graduate coordinator? Yes. The email I sent to the graduate coordinator, their response to my questions. So you are looking for information. It's not like you are saying that, hey, I think I'm best for your program. Will I get a scholarship? No, don't put it that way. um, Show an interest in the department and ask for information. They might even give you information you never asked for because they're thinking that, oh, this is something that students generally ask, so they'll just give you the answer. So it's more like fishing for information. So to me, I would say it's crucial because you don't know anything about that department apart from what you see online, and they have a lot of information. So reaching out to them is crucial.
Yeah, I think Papa J, you had something different. Benny, can you read it so that we respond to that quickly?
Hi, Fred and your team. Can one pay visa fees in country A and book appointments in country B based on Brandy's view? Thanks.
Brandy, do you want to clarify this, or I should do that?
Oh, I can clarify. So
Okay.
I mentioned that I had paid the MRV fee for Accra consulate, but I had to cancel because you cannot have MRV fee for two consulates at the same time. You have to cancel one if you are going to pursue another. So I had to cancel the one in Accra in order to pursue the one in Cote d'Ivoire.
Right. So what Brandy is trying to explain is that she had earlier booked an appointment, which was initially called US Travel Docs. Now it has changed, and then Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana was using the same portal. So as at then, if you have booked a date in Ghana, you cannot attend the interview in Cote d'Ivoire. If you want to go to Cote d'Ivoire, you need to cancel your appointment in Ghana, transfer your credentials or details to Cote d'Ivoire, pay another MRV fee. So the point is that the country you're going for your interview is where you pay your visa application fee. So you cannot pay your visa application fee in Ghana, go and interview in Cote d'Ivoire. So she had to cancel, forgo the MRV fee, pay another one in Cote d'Ivoire, and then get a date in Cote d'Ivoire in order to go for the interview. Now the system has changed. Avid's portal, which currently the instructions are that you shouldn't book an interview in another country. So you book at where you are a resident. So now, if you're Ghanaian, going to Cote d'Ivoire wouldn't be advisable. All right. Let's see if we can respond to.
Okay, so I have one here. Let me quickly read, and maybe Fred, you can respond to that.
All right.
So this is from Facebook, Emmanuel Kujo. Please, my question is, I'm SHS graduate and I want to further my studies in the USA, but it seems it's only possible for those with degree.
No. So and I wanted to ask you that question, Brandy. Say, when you came, did you wish that you had come here earlier, like after high school? I think we lost Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Okay. Looks like we lost Brandy over there. So yeah, it's possible, and there are a lot of people that especially the Fred Effect team has had have had an opportunity to assist for bachelor's degree. So we currently work on that for free. If you have a high school diploma qualification, you want to apply for bachelor's, there is a link in all the bio when you go to any of our social media platforms. Just click on wherever you're watching us now, go to the bio. There's a link that you click on, you schedule a meeting. We explain the entire process to you, and then our team will assist you with the application. So yeah, it's possible if you want to study bachelor's here and you have a high school. Okay, I think we lost Brandy in there. Do you still have more questions to respond to?
Yeah, I think our Whiskey has finally gotten admission
Oh,
to
okay.
Lancaster University. So he says he got 80% scholarship to study MS cybersecurity. Whiskey, congratulations. Okay, it's such a huge funding. So
Yeah.
my question is to Ben is, do UK schools not give some kind of graduate assistantship? I was
But
expecting 100%.
I think you can respond to that.
Yeah. Whiskey, let's thank God for the 80%. Okay. So now our hope is that you just try as much as possible to provide the 20% bank statement plus the what the UK government is expecting you to have, which is your living expenses. I think in Lancaster you need about um 1,000 £1,300 to show as a living expenses. So let's try and get that. And then I think when you come, you can now stick to your 20 hours work limit too, which can be your immediate source of income. Hardly will you get graduate assistantship unless maybe the program is fully research based. That one I can really assure you. But since it is an MS and it's not fully research based, I think getting 100% scholarship, it hardly happens. So the 80% means that you're able to put in a good application and you have a strong CGPA or CW, whatever. So congratulations. I pray that your visa goes to successful, and when you're able to land in Lancaster, I'm sure we can link up for any additional information that you may need.
All right. Unfortunately, we lost Brandy. Hopefully, she will be able to join us, and then we can conclude this. But yeah, we can do the giveaway. If you just joined, every week we select one person. We are not only providing the information, we are also trying to make sure that we hold your hands to go through the process. So the Fred Effect team has a mentorship program. If you are interested in applying for a PhD or a master's, these are lived experiences. Somebody who has gone through the process, holding your hands to help you. So there's a link that you can use to schedule that one-on-one. There's okay, Brandy is back. We also have the mentorship program. We also have a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers. If you are preparing for a visa interview, it will be ideal that you talk to an ex-visa officer before you go for your visa interview. And the link to schedule a meeting with the Argo Visa team is here. Just use this link, type it in your web browser, and then schedule a one-on-one. It could be a 30-minute meeting, a 45-minute meeting, or an hour meeting for coaching to go through your prepare for your visa interview. You're welcome back, Brandy. I was actually
Thank
asking
you.
you based on a question that somebody asked that did you wish that since you came, did you wish that maybe you had come here earlier, probably for your bachelor's?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
So why would you say no though?
I am the type of person who appreciate every phase of my life.
Mm.
I and I appreciated my time at University of Ghana. I don't think I want to trade that. It
Oh, I
taught me something. I went through something. It's part of who I am today. Um, and already while in Ghana, I was being bombarded with you were from America, you were born in America, and meanwhile I've never been there, or I didn't like it at that time. So I don't even after being here, I wouldn't wish that I appreciate Ghana,
oh,
and
I see.
I
Uh,
think it the masters came at a good time.
I
Wow.
love this perspective. Let's talk to Razi Parker. Is it your full name or this is your nickname, bro?
It's my nickname,
So what's your name, bro?
Robert. Robert
Okay,
Arthur.
Robert, talk to Brandy.
Okay, so I would like to know the advice Brandy will give to a student, no, a prospective applicant. I emailed graduate.
There is a bit of noise at the background. If you could get a quiet space, that would be super helpful because this is social media. It's not helpful with the noise at the background. Okay, let's see if this works. Please go on.
Okay, so I emailed the graduate coordinator, and he said there is funding available, but unless you enroll on campus before. And also with the same school, I sent emails to two faculty members, and they all responded to it that unless I enroll on campus, but they do not have funding. So regarding the funding available, it's only teaching assistantship, but not research assistantships. And with that too, unless you enroll, you come to campus before you can get the assistantship. So I just wanted to know what advice you can give to me on that, whether to apply or not.
Um, so the question always goes back to, is this the only school that that does the same course? Um, if it's not the only school, then you can target other schools.
Yeah.
However, I would still say there is nothing to, you never know, you could be surprised. Depending on what program though, because I know there are some, there's a colleague of mine who was studying economics, and sometimes they would tell you that they want to see, if you're good enough before we'll give you the scholarship. And for such schools, you can't blame them, right? Probably that's how they get their funding from the government. Who knows? However, the thing is that this is not the only school. You spread your net. The moment someone says, "Oh, you need to, I can give you the scholarship, but you need to comb your hair first," you add another school. "Oh, I can give you a scholarship, but you need to pierce your ear first." Then move to another. Keep adding. Make sure you have options. Have that in mind that I'm looking for options. I'm not looking to pursue one school that I
Yeah.
think is good for me.
All right. Thank you for joining. Let's talk to Elisha. Elisha J.
Yes, please.
So are you the Elisha in the Bible or which Elisha?
All right,
No,
this is
Wow.
Elijah in Ghana. The Elijah in
he
Ghana.
can't be.
Why are you denying, Ben?
Yeah. So
Um,
so bro, what did Elisha even do in the Bible?
Elijah, this is Elijah. Oh.
so Elijah, this is Elijah. He
Okay.
commanded fire and among other miracles. Yes, he
Oh,
called
okay.
for fire.
This Elijah cannot.
Sunday school some konkan. What's your question?
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I couldn't join earlier, but my question is more on applying for either transfer studies or graduate studies with HND from Ghana.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's diagnose you a little bit. What do you have? You have a diploma and a top up, or just a 3-year diploma?
Okay, so I studied HND dispensing technology at Kumasi Technical University,
Right.
and currently I've written the licensure exam for pharmacy technician. So I'm working as a pharmacy technician and a teaching assistant in a health college.
No, you're not responding to my question. So you have a 3-year HND, or you have a diploma and a top up. What do you have?
I have a 3-year HND in dispensing technology.
Okay. So it means that you have 6 semesters of transcript, correct?
Yes, please.
So here's the thing: with a diploma, with a 3-year diploma, you qualify to apply for a master's, but not all universities will admit you. You will be able to
Okay.
find out when you email them, share your transcripts with them, tell them that, don't tell them you have HND, they don't understand HND. Tell them you have a 3-year bachelor's degree. That makes sense to
Okay.
them. Some of them will require that you go through transcript evaluation. Now, mostly, if you're able to check your credit hours and you had 120 or above, then it is ideal for a master's degree application. However, you can also use the diploma to apply for a bachelor's degree. Well, in Ghana, assuming you were supposed to apply to maybe University of Ghana, any other university, you apply as a continuing student. Over here, we call it transfer student. It's the same thing. So you can use your diploma to apply as a which means that if you're going to University of Ghana, they would have allowed you to start from maybe level 300 or level 200. The same thing over here, we call it sophomore year or junior years. That is level 300 or the level 200. And then you can start from there. So you will weigh, because there are processes and then the document required to use your diploma to apply for a master's is not the same as using your diploma to apply for a bachelor's. So when I'll be checking to understand that, okay, do I have the document that it will take to use my diploma to apply for masters, or do I have what it takes to use my diploma to apply for the transfer student or the bachelor's? So you decide, because the process is not the same. So for example, bachelor's might probably require only 2 letters of recommendation. Masters will require 3 of them. Bachelor's will not require any statement of purpose, any CV and all that. Masters will require them. Do you understand? So yeah, so
Okay.
you decide that, okay, based on this information I have, I think based on my strength, based on the documents, based on my finances, I can afford to apply for masters with my diploma, and then or I can afford to apply for master bachelor's with my diploma.
All right. Thank you very much, the Freddy Faith.
Yes, sir. Any other question before you go?
Okay. So I learned for graduate studies, they have some institutions have loans for international students. I
Mm.
would like to know if there are some international loans applicable for bachelor studies too.
That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. Now, listen, when you are looking for ways to finance your education based on experience, I think that the loan should probably be your last resort. Because if there are scholarships, why go for loans? You understand? So your aim should
Yes.
be, how do I get scholarship? Now the OSHA is also kobobosia. Yenyen is that? What do you say? Inti
All right,
yempe
boss.
yempe yempe probably a proper way to finance our education and not think about it. Is when like bibi bian working my one now is a loan by optional. That's absolutely fine. But for me, I think that you should aim at getting a scholarship and not aim at Bosiana Medical School.
All right, boss. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay, so with a scholarship, I understand most universities have entrance scholarships, which are mostly less than 50% of the total cost of attendance.
I don't like it when people generalize like that. So when you say
Oh,
most universities, are you referring to universities in the US, UK? Which country are you referring to?
okay, thank you very much. So universities in the US,
US
yes.
has US has 50 states. It's difficult for you to generalize it like that.
Okay,
US is like
so
applying to US is like applying to universities in Africa times 2.
I see.
So the things that work in maybe Virginia might not work in Ohio or Pennsylvania or stuff like that. So are there international applicants like yourself who are on a full scholarship? Brandy Netihoi, she's on a full, she had a full scholarship. There are other people studying bachelor's degree on a full scholarship. So the point is, how did they do it? Would you be the first person to have a diploma and now get admission with a full scholarship into bachelor's degree? No, you're not the first person. Neither would you be the last person. So how did they do it? What qualification do you have? How do you do the same thing? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense.
Yes, it does
And
make sense.
eh, 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 aboa bi apɛ sɛ ɔyɛ kɔkɔɔ de ne ho twitwiri sie. Nti pɛsie bi na fa wo ho twitwiri sɛ dɛ bɛyɛ wobɛnya full scholarship. What I say?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred.
Thank you for
So
joining.
I was watching one of your videos on YouTube about applying for studies as an HND holder.
Right.
And I chanced on this school, Missouri University of Science and Technology.
They will give you about, so you see, here's the thing, and when it comes to the undergraduate applications. I told you that it's different from the graduate applications, and my team handles undergraduate applications for free for people. So when it comes to the undergraduate, the one of the major determinants of whether you're going to get everything paid for by the school is having that exams called the SAT or the SAT. So normally, if you don't have it, most universities have this automatic entrance scholarship that could be 80%, 70% that they give you. So the point is that scholarships need a whole, but do you have what it takes for them to give it to you? What is it? The schools need the assets. Almost standard. They say, yep, we want this transcript, we want this, we want that. However, if you, the applicant, meet this requirement, that's why everything will be taken care of. But chairman, person by city, unso person school need taking care of everything. Now, anyway, let's talk to another person. Shadrach, we can only see your head. Bring your whole body. Salam alaikum, Shadrach.
Oh, come on. I'm Shadrach. So, salam alaikum.
Doesn't work
Doesn't
for you.
work.
Oh, no, it's just greeting. You just have to say wa alaikum salam.
All right, sure.
Anyway, go on.
All right, so I have a quick question. I read my undergrad from Ken University where I did publishing studies. And then in the course of reading this program, I was double schooling. So I read software engineering from my PMC. But then I just did the certificate part.
So are you a graphic designer?
Yes, I do. I do graphics.
Oh, okay. My team needs help with graphic design. Maybe we'll link up with you. Go ahead.
Sure. So at IPMC, as I read software engineering, I just did the certificate. I just couldn't continue. But then with my applications to schools in the States, I've been choosing programs within the tech space where I choose IT, information with information technology stuff. But then my challenge is I keep on getting admission easily. But for funding, oh my God. I've had admission to quite a number of schools, like 13 and counting.
So these universities are in the US, right?
Yes, please, they are.
Just like growth, right? You learn how to crawl, then you learn how to walk, then you learn how to run. So the fact that you've been able to work on an application, some people get it denied, but for you to work on application and get admission, which means you are very close to getting the scholarship. Now let's look at what you are doing wrong that is not putting you in a better space to get a scholarship. One of them could be that you are switching your field. Now, when it comes to the graduate assistantship, normally they want people who can teach in the department. So if somebody has a background in, let's say, IT, and then you do not have a background, who do you think they want to employ to teach maybe principles of IT? They want to employ somebody who has already studied that. The second thing, do you talk to the school before you apply? Because for some universities, they will make it clear that we do not have graduate assistantships available. So you're not going to apply and now you come and worry yourself about scholarships. So ask them, I want to apply. Does the department have graduate assistantship or scholarship for international students like myself? They will let you know. So if you don't do that, admission, because it will be easy to get it. The next thing might probably be that because you don't ask them, they assume that you probably don't want the scholarship. Or there could be a separate application apart from the admission that you need to complete, or an interview that before you can proceed. So not every school will automatically come with a scholarship. So once you receive admission, share gratitude, email the HOD, share gratitude for being considered for admission, and then ask, do you have to attend a separate interview? Do you have to get maybe a separate link, a separate document to apply for the scholarships? Then they will let you know. So my first university, the admission came automatically with a scholarship. My second school, after the admission, I needed to attend a different interview, complete a different application for the scholarship. So, bro, that's how it works.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So we move on to. All right. So, Brandy, any final words for? I wanted to talk about life in Black Spec. Like, how much is rent? Based on the stipends, was that enough to pay for your rent, send some money home to build a house in Ghana and stuff like that? All that when we are traveling, I don't know what I had a list, that when I come, I'm going to buy this car for my mom. I'm going to do it. Like, did you have such a list?
I didn't have a list, but for
Okay.
some reason, I had made the same calculation that, okay, I have this amount.
Yeah.
When they pay me this and this from the amount, Charlie, I can save. Oh. And then maybe I can actually get that land I'm thinking that my mom can get and
Yeah. Me
grow,
by now,
have
I
a
should have
garden
bought
on it.
like 10 in boy by now. You
Oh,
know?
I thought of that, but I didn't plan it. I didn't have a plan.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's when I arrived, right? When I was looking for an apartment, and I think I started with around 500,
Mm.
500 and something. I was thinking, wow, I was looking for the posh places.
Yeah.
I got the posh places, and it was 550 or something. I mean, the first one I didn't pay, right?
Mm.
And when I got there, oh my goodness. And then taxes took part of the money. And then my rent.
Right.
I was struggling for food because bills, rent, and then there is student fees.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And that's what people don't know, that you might have everything covered on the I-20, but when you get on campus, there are some little fees that you need to take care of. Yeah. So yeah.
So those were my first semester. I was drowning. I
Oh,
was
I see.
in debt. I had taken credit card. I was in debt already, and I vowed that I would not let that happen again. So my second
Mm.
semester, which was now the full year, I got a cheaper place, which was like
Oh,
450. I think it was 450, which
oh, I
to
see.
me was great because they also increased my the stipend for the
Mm.
following year, the academic year.
Oh, okay.
They increased the
Okay.
stipend, but then they also increased the student fees. It's always, it's like a given, they give and take it at the same time. But then that was life. It was always hand to mouth. If I could give something to my family, it couldn't get more than $100. Like it
Oh, okay.
couldn't it couldn't get, yeah. So it was just hand to mouth throughout um my masters. The only time I thought I had money was during my internship. But even that, the rent in the city, oh my goodness, that was
I
like
see.
1900
Oh,
per month.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so it's been a great conversation. We are close to like 2 hours. I really appreciate your time and your insight. I'm sure a lot of young people watching us back home are very inspired by your story, your journey, and how frank you've been with us on the podcast. We really appreciate you and the insight. Your accent today just always up in Kakra. I was WhatsApp me ni baby, so me the bam number, but no WhatsApp ni kakra o Yuki. Near the chucha there. All right. So,
That's
Any
funny.
any final words before you go?
I would say plan, have a goal. What are you looking for? America, how about have a day? Oh, but have a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because whatever you think you are looking for, it will not be handed to you on a silver platter. You
Right.
will work for it. So, oh, but if you know what you're looking for, plan. Planning, track your planning, track your actions. What are you doing? That school that you got, only that school that you got, don't depend on it. Add more. There are over 500,000 schools. Add, add more. Make a sheet, track it, and make sure that you are following up. Learn from your own performances. If
Mm-hmm.
you wrote a certain letter, it didn't get traction, and another time you wrote it another way, it got traction, notice it. Tweak your, CV, get mentors, get people to review what you're sending. Because just as Fred said, people have done it before you,
Yeah.
and people know how to do it before you. Some people have been able to apply for masters or bachelor's, masters, PhD, postdoc, they know. So look for mentors, be informed, prepare, be consistent.
Right. I think somebody asked a good question that we forgot to ask about your visa interview. But before you come to that, I need you to type in the comment section. Thank you, Brandy, for sharing your experience. A little quick one about your visa interview. How many minutes did it take? What questions were asked? How did you respond to them?
It was probably like a minute. I feel
Oh,
like
wow.
they had already decided to give me the thing before I even got there,
Oh.
because they asked about what I wanted to do. Sorry, they asked about my background. I told them I studied geography since high school. They asked about my job. I told them that yeah, I this is to get more um, background so I can come back. At least that's the story I told them at that time, that I could come back and serve my company. And there wasn't a lot. I don't even think I answered that question. It was more like, what do you do? Um, um, Funding. I mentioned that I had full funding. It was something already on my I-20.
Hmm.
So that's what makes me think that they had already decided to give it to me even before I got there.
What do you think made it easier in
Full
your
funding.
view? Okay, in your view, why do you think people, get rejected at the embassy based on
You
your?
gave the visa officer a reason to doubt you.
I see. When you were in the queue, did you, watch other people getting refused and all that?
Oh, oh yeah. Like people shaking.
Yeah.
People. Oh my goodness. It, it's as if the person, people are being questioned by a higher power. People are like at their ends with and they're shaking. And
Yeah.
no, what helped me, I would say, would be the mock interview. That
Hmm.
helps 100%. I probably over prepared for it because of that. And so when I got there, I already knew what to say, and they had already decided to give it to me. So I would say props to the mock interviews.
Yeah.
They prepared me.
So we've been doing this for more than half a decade. The idea is that we've had opportunity to go through the process. Of course, we do not pretend to be expert in the field, but if you do something for more than half a decade and the team has an opportunity to interact with ex-visa officers, apart from that, we have also gone through the process. So we learn from, experiences helping people years ago, and we continue to build on the experiences. That's why. So if you want to join our mock platform, it's a free platform. We meet every single day. I think we are the only team that meets every single day. You send us a message on Instagram, and then we'll add you to the page. All right. So Ben, any final words? And then it's been I have enjoyed the session. It's been a great one. Thank you so much, Brandy. Ben, any final words?
I just want to say thank you, Brandy, for your time and for helping us with such a rich information. And I'm sure it will help us in our journey. I just to add to what Brandy just said. In life, we always say that your speed is always determined by what is chasing you. So some of us, from day one, we knew what was chasing us. So giving up is not an option. So, bro, if you know what is chasing you, no matter the difficulties in this process, you will still find your way out. So if truly you are determined, then let that determination push you to your dream. Nothing more, nothing else.
Awesome. So every week we select one person to go through that the team can assist for free. And so if you just join, just click on the like button, comment. Thank you, Brandy, for coming. And then let's hit like 100 entries, and then we'll start the draw. So if you just joined, welcome. The live session will be on all the Fred Effect platforms, especially on the YouTube. When you go to YouTube, just click on the live, and then all the sessions we've had previously. We've done this for more than like 2 years now. Every Saturday we are here. Next week we'll be on, and maybe hopefully we have to bring Brandy back because I really love the experience. We have 96 entries. We need 4 more people so that we get to 100, and then we start the draw. Let's see who gets selected for today. 98 so far. We just need 2 people. So you just have to comment. Just say thank you, Brandy, for coming. We have 99 people. Okay, we got 100 now. So let's see. if we can get that done, and then we select one person. So this is automatic. Once you type, then the system automatically selects one person. So let's see how it goes. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Oh,
John.
Yeah. John Sabla, congrats to John. So, John, what you would do is that you send us a direct message on Instagram. Tell us you are the one who was selected during the live session. Next week, we are going to select another person. So, congrats to um, John for being selected. All right. So, Brandy, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your time. All right. So, Ben, we are done for today. Next week, we'll be on.
Yeah. It was such a great session. I really enjoy. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good. It was a great one. Just like always, every week we have a different inspirational, amazing story on the study abroad process. So next week we'll be on. Remember that you can, set a reminder on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, on TikTok. We'll be live, and then we'll share the stories with you. It makes it easier if you want to go through the process. People have already done it. It's not a big deal. It's not rocket science as you make it seem. What we are trying to let you understand is that, initially people thought that people from rich homes and first class students are the only people who can study abroad. No, everybody can do it. You can do it. If the Boliban boy from Boliban, boy Fred has been able to do it, you can do it. If Ben has been able to do it, you can also do it. Remember, we do have a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former or ex visa officers. With the struggle in getting visa interview, dates you don't want to go and get denied. Talk to experts in the field, which are the ex visa officers, Argo Visa. Use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one meeting with Argo Visa. Remember, you can also talk to the Fred Effect team. It's easier when you schedule a one-on-one meeting. Use the link. You can also send us a direct message on Instagram if you do have questions, if you need clarifications on something, you just want to confirm something. If you want to join our WhatsApp platform, just send us a message directly on Instagram. Search for the Fred Effect. Please, we know that some people unfortunately have been using our brand details and names and designs to pretend as if they are the Fred Effect, asking people for money. There are a lot on Twitter, there are a lot on TikTok. We've been talking about it so that you are careful and not fall prey to some people. Unfortunately, some people don't hear what we talk about when we say that you shouldn't pay attention to these people using our names to some sort of seek money from people. Please be careful. The Fred Effect team will not come to you and ask you to pay anything to us. That's not how we operate. So if you want to talk to us, it's only on Instagram. If you are communicating with anybody via email, we do not have email to respond to. So please pay attention to that. Don't go and then pay money to somebody and now come and attack us. People have been doing that. It's unfair. We've been doing this for years. If we've been scamming people, you would have known by now. We wouldn't have been existing. So please pay attention to what we are talking about. We only respond to messages on Instagram, not on TikTok, whatever platform. We don't respond to messages there. We do not have any emails out there that people can reach out to us. It's only via our verified Instagram handle. The reason why we use Instagram is because we can make calls. You can text a message, you can send a document, anything is done on Instagram. So please do that. We don't have any US number out there for WhatsApp messages. No, we don't. So please be careful. Anyway, Ben, thank you for your time and thank you for joining today. All right. So it's been a great session. Next week, please be positive and know that everything will be fine. You can also do it. Admissions are already ongoing. Universities have started accepting applications. Check the deadline, email the professor, put in your application, and hopefully we get to meet here someday and have a good conversation. Thank you.